All right, we're up on 2 of the 3. Welcome back to Employee to Entrepreneur. So welcome to Employee to Entrepreneur Myth Busting, everybody. Today we're in day 3. Yeah, we're in day 3 already. And we've talked about myth number 6 and myth number 5. And today is myth number 4. We're looking at the biggest myths, the most common myths that are told to potential entrepreneurs. And so myth number 4 is determine what you like to do. Now, let me just say, from the time I was 19 years old until I was 21, I wanted to be a police officer. And I specifically wanted to be a police officer on the Detroit police force. And growing up in that area, feeling like I could really have an impact there. And there's also the ego drive of it and such. But I spent over 2 years trying to get on the police force because that's what I wanted to do. It never ended up working out for me, though. For one reason or another, everything that just kept being harder and harder, and it wouldn't work out. And then later on, I wanted to do something else. And I was going by my life based on what I wanted to do. And as long as I did that, it seems like I would get smaller, minute outcomes at best in the things I was doing. And then at some point I learned to go within, find out what my gifts, my talents are, and move through those. In doing so, what I do today, like back when I came out of high school, I was petrified to speak in front of people. I was petrified to speak. If we had to do a writing assignment and then read it in front of class, most of the time I would not show up to school the day I was supposed to read it and take an E on the entire thing. I would write it, but as far as presenting and things, so when I look at what I like to do, this wouldn't be one of them. But I'm telling you, when I find out where my gifts are, where my talents are, where my purpose is, and I start stepping into it, that's where I come up with a passion, live life. That's where I come up with find your purpose and live it with passion. And I'll tell you, I've worked with hundreds of clients from all walks of life. And I have found that when people go within and find their purpose, and they start bringing that outward. We each have unique gifts. We each have unique talents that we came here. We each have a mission that we came here to carry out. And whenever one person goes within, finds what that is, and brings it outward, the entire world expands because of that. Now, so when you're looking at this, instead of coming up with a list of things that you'd like to do, look at things that you're good at. Now, I'll give you an example of this too, where it takes a little bit of depth to figure this out. I was raised outside of Detroit, Michigan. I was taught that a man gets a job, supports a family, hopefully lives long enough to enjoy some retirement. And I bought into that hook, line, and sinker. And I had a career in corporate America up to a vice president of sales over 28 years span. And I was good at what I did, but it was never my passion. It was never my purpose. I didn't know that, and I got confused in that conditioning of my past, and I got confused in taking some of my talents and bringing them forward. But man, would I be missing out? The hundreds of clients I work with would be missing out if I just stayed in that. So part of the thing I love talking to people about is we have 2 internal growth signals, our longings and our discontents. The things you're longing that you haven't yet done in life, and simply just where you feel discontent, are 2 internal signals to help you grow. If you look at what you're good at, if you find your talents and you understand what those are, and then you use your longings and your discontents to help use as your guide, you're in a not miss pathway as far as experiencing living your purpose in your life. And firsthand in my life, but in a lot of other people's lives I know as well, when you open up that purpose, when you move into living through that purpose, man, life gets so much fun. It gets so fulfilling. There's so much passion in opening up that next area, in that creativity, in living by those desires you have within. One of the things, the question I have for you tonight is list one of your talents. List one of those special gifts, and there's multiple, but list one of them that you have for tonight. Remember, if you haven't done days 1 and 2, you can go back and do that still and leave a comment in order to qualify for that free Firm Foundation 5-week program. We'll be doing a live program at no cost to you. And then the other thing is, if any of this stuff is sparking with you, if any of this stuff brings up more questions or concerns or things like that you have, even if you just think it's bullshit and you want to tell me that, reach out at joseph@ifgtcoach.com. It's in the post here. And also, if you have something that would take a little more time than an email transfer back and forth. Now, I personally respond to every email I receive. But if you have something that would take more time than that, go to coachwithjoseph.com, coachwithjoseph.com, and schedule a time that you and I can get on the phone and have a conversation. There's no cost or charge to it or anything, but it's just a way of getting that spark going, getting that moving forward, getting to that point where I know I got to be a part of your 2021 being the life you want to live, not the pathway you're stuck in. So have an awesome day. Remember, tomorrow we got off, but I'll talk to you guys again on Friday.